in the streets of Monaco, but the twist is it's at night time, and that is a recipe for disaster, I guess, because the tyres will be cold and everything about the track will be cold because it's right on the seafront. But it's gonna be good fun, as it always is. Well, for me and my partner in crime, who will be announced in a minute, that's on comms with me. But you know, it's Monaco, baby. So let's get this started. It is dark. We're all ready to go as well. Like, everyone's in the garage, and it is a full qualifying. So we have Q1, Q2, Q3. The bottom 5 drivers in Q1 will be knocked out, as goes for Q2 as well, and then the top 10 will have a shootout for pole position. Now tonight I'm joined by the man who is known as like MRC's Zlatan Ibrahimovic, or the sexy Swede, as some people call him, I guess. Mr. Bandstop, how are you?
Hello, man. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Ready to go. Tier 2 is going to deliver. I'm confident.
I think the same. I think it's going to be a very interesting race. We have a good format as well. Very good for racing in Monaco. Not too long, not too short, but it's going to be good fun.
Hopefully it creates less fireworks, because don't forget it's dark, so you can see the fireworks clear here. But
I like the dark more on this track, to be fair.
I think it definitely makes it look more beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. I mean, as for the tyres around here in the dark, it is pretty disgusting.
Indeed, indeed.
But I know you are an avid lover of this track, so I think you called yourself the GOAT at this track, didn't you? You're better than Chris Bailey, you said, I think.
I definitely did not, because Chris Bailey is a very good racer on this track.
Chris Bailey should be banned from all of MRC after beating Lucas Blakely.
I also did.
Yeah, you did actually, to be fair. Well, you should be banned as well then.
To be honest, he did drift through the whole track in F2 cars.
Still.
So we can't really say anything.
Would you like to take us through a lap with Melvin, who's coming around Rustcast now?
Happily, happily. So, here we go. DRS open. Going full throttle. On the mediums this time. Interesting choice of tire. Going through turn 1 now. Up to Beau Rivage.
Yeah, this is a hard turn as well.
Fast sweeping corner section. Going into the casino section now. Turn right hand. Watch out for the tree root in the ground. Now down to casino hairpin. Let's see what he can do. Melvin. Very tight corners here. Down to first gear. Up to second. A little bit hesitant on the throttle. Going now in the tunnel. Full throttle. Brake. Just after the 100-meter board. Goes down to second gear. Short shift up to third. 40% DRS left. Goes left at the pole section. Purple sector 2, of course, because he is first out on track, of course. Very, very nice corner. Not invalidating, which is very easy to do. Going through the last corner now as well. DRS open, short line to the exit. 114.3. I think he will have to go out again to
That's been a very strong lap for mediums, though.
For mediums, it's very good.
I think watching that lap,
a lot of softs.
I think watching that lap as well, we saw moments where he was very committed, but moments where he's very cautious as well.
Indeed, indeed. I think we can see a lot of people on softs that are going to do better than 14. Of course, we see Holzman on a 13.8 on his first soft run.
Yeah, I do think the medium tyre is a sensible choice for Q1 though, because it's going to save you a set of softs for later in the qualifying. So if you can get your lap time right on the mediums, then you're in a very good position later on in the session.
Indeed. It also comes down to what you choose, what tire allocation you choose in the beginning of the qualifying, of course.
GGD, 13.6. Wow. Hosman as well with a 13.8. That's close between those two.
Very, very close. I think we'll see times closer to 12, maybe 11s in Q3.
Now, I think Q1 you're going to see a lot more cautious laps. You'll get People will be
Definitely,
taking
the
it
track is
easier just to
incorporating.
focus on getting through, because that is the aim. This part of it isn't for pole. So
Indeed, indeed.
I think Mark's doing 2 out laps because he's done a fairly...
Indeed, we see Doris did one more, 13.6, very nicely from him.
He
Will that
did.
see him through to Q2?
I've just had a notification, so there is going to be a black screen at the top left. So sorry about that, guys. But yes, Doris, I think he might go out again just to be safe.
I think so too. I don't think these times will cut it in to get through to Q2.
Yeah, I agree. Womack's coming around the final corner. He's 1.8 up, so this is going to be... that. He's into P2, 113.6. That's on mediums.
That is a very, very good lap.
Gini's just improved, so he's just done a second run on those tyres.
He has, and I think most people have done. With the traffic, I think it's very good to have 2 warm-up laps.
You can with the fuel here as well, so... Stoops just popped it into P5 with a 14.1 as well, so that's a good little banker from him. Baby Hornet on the mediums, 14.8 into 11th, so let's see, let's carry on down. What's Gatian currently looking like? How's this first sector going to be? Such a challenge to get the power down through Beau Rivage, isn't it? It really is, because it's so easy for the rear just to go. He's just got purple in the first sector though, Gatian, so could be a lap to watch out for. And don't forget, as the track rubbers in as well, this is going to be, times are just going to keep tumbling.
Definitely, I think we will see a lot of times in 12, sorry, in a few minutes time.
Yeah, I think definitely toward the end of this session, I think pole will be around the 111 region, maybe a high 111. So,
indeed,
I do think these guys are taking it rather easy, and I don't blame them. I would take it easy at this point. You can lose everything. Oh, Gatian's in the wall. He's out.
Gatian is in the wall.
Oh, he had
Very
a big
awkward
twitch through
position
the
as
swimming
well.
pool, and it just completely knocked him offline.
Very awkward position to stand there as well with the car. He can't move, obviously, but I
That
think
right there, though, just explains Monaco to everyone, how easy it is to just go at any point. You know, like all it takes is one twitch of that rear, and hello wall.
yeah, 100%. We also saw Mark go out
P5.
again. He didn't. Well, he invalidated his first lap, but he took it very cautiously around Gatian. You can't really go around that corner as wide as you can when there is a car there, obviously. So you have to take it very cautiously.
And the thing is as well, ghosting is very unpredictable in this game as well. 5 place grid penalty for single track collision with Carl.
That is very interesting.
I did catch it a little bit. It was under the tunnel, but I'm not really sure what went on there. It looked like Carl may have had a little twitch from the last moment I caught of it. Calvin's invalidated his lap, but that's going to be that's a very strange penalty to get. But let's watch Fox River, because he's hit the wall.
Very, very close.
He's just hit it very slightly. But let's see. He's coming into Rustcast. How committed is he going to be? Brakes nice and late. Gets it turned in fairly well. He runs a bit wide on the exit, but let's see. This is going to be the first lap from Fox River. What's he going to do? 14.4. So he's in P11. He's definitely going to have to go again in this session.
Now we see Calvin going his lap. Will he go for another warm-up? He doesn't have his ERS on.
He invalidated his last one, but this is, he's not using ERS.
He is looking to push, though, it seems like. His turn 1 through Santivo looks very, very nice and controlled.
So I'm guessing
Still
he's got
pushing hard,
enough,
though.
He's probably got enough fuel to go twice still here, then, is what he's thinking.
He now has his ERS on. It's
He
very
does,
tactical
yes.
from him.
I think, to be honest though, I don't know if you've noticed this when you've done laps as well. You don't actually gain that much time by having the ERS on, to be honest, around here.
Yeah, it is very, very tricky to have your ERS on. Here, there's a lot of corners, a lot of braking zones, and not a lot of straights. So what you're saying is very correct.
It's good to charge. It's easy to charge it. Calvin's he looks very slow through the chicane there, but he seems to still be on the lap. He hasn't backed out. Carrying very good pace around this lap. He's got a lot of confidence, Calvin has.
55.2 sector 2. Very good
Wow!
time.
I've just seen him through the swimming pool. Wow, wow, wow. That was insanely committed.
Let's see what he can do on his lap. DRS open, short line to the finish line. Will it go through? 14.5, only P12.
But he only used his ERS for half a lap, so he's definitely got more time on the table there.
He will have to go again.
But he's definitely, Fox has improved up to P7. So Fox did a second lap and now he's up to P7. But he's still, I still don't think a 14.2 is going to make you safe in this session. I'll be very surprised if it is. Mark's just gone quickest with a 13.0. The championship leader is at the top of the timesheets.
We now see Kaiser Sosa going through over the line. What will he do? 13.8, 8.5 tenths improvement.
That's huge, so that's him up to... He got up to 6, so that's very big from him. Carl is on an out lap. Let's see Monster. He's starting his lap. Let's see someone that's actually halfway around their lap at the minute. With a brave...
Scratch Charisma is just starting his flying lap.
Yeah. He's an ex-tier 2 driver as well, Scratch, so... He's a man that's going to be wanting... He was there last season, I think. So, he's going to be... he's also an ex-tier 1 driver. I think he's driven in like every tier at this point.
Oh, very interesting.
So... But let's see... He's your teammate as well in tier 3, isn't he? Oh, Monster's hit the wall while going purple in the middle sector.
Very unlucky for Monster.
His teammate gets out of the way very nicely just before Raskas, so let's see, he's going to finish this lap even though he probably has got a slight little bit of... Oh, he's cleared the wall in the final corner. But this has been a very pushed lap and he's up to 13 so at the minute. So the driver's in danger. Gatian is out. We know that. He's out of the session and that's going to be a very, very tough race for him to move forward in the actual race. But call me the Brave, Baby Hornet, Scratch, and Carl are the current driver. Oh, Carl's just invalidated. Carl's in the wall.
Carl just
He's only got end plate damage.
Had a very big moment. Almost at the same place he had a moment before. Which is very unfortunate.
He's got at the same time though, I think he's got very lucky there with the fact that he didn't lose more than just an end plate.
Indeed.
With how hard he hit that could have been a lot worse.
That is the charming thing with reduced damage.
Yeah, he's got rather lucky there, that's for sure. But
indeed.
He actually hit the wall harder than Gatian did, and Gatian lost like every tyre on his car. So...
Yeah, it's very unfortunate of some people. We can see a lot of invalidations. We can now see Holzman.
Yeah, he's on a brand new set as well. So he's using 2 new sets in Q1, which is a brave choice to say the least, because
very brave.
You can the tyre wear's not too high around here, so using a U set isn't even the worst thing in the world. But let's see what his run's going to be like up to Beau Rivage. So how committed is he going to be? He is using his ERS. So he's definitely on a push lap. He doesn't feel safe.
Call me the Brave goes P7
on mediums. 5 laps.
5 laps old mediums.
Wow. Purple first sector from Hosman as well. So this could be the moment where... Oh, there's a McLaren round in the middle sector. That's going to have hindered Hosman really badly. Hosman's got a 5-place grid penalty. Ah, that's such a shame.
Oh, that is a shame.
Ah, that's so harsh as well. The McLaren spun and he had no way of avoiding him. It's really harsh on Hosman. And he's invalidated.
We see Hosman invalidated as well.
Ah, you got to feel sorry for him a bit there.
Indeed, it's not looking good for
Monster's
Hosman.
now out of the session.
Another one.
So that's
interesting.
What's happened to Scratch? Is Scratch on a lap? Doesn't appear to be going too quickly. I don't know if
I believe Monster hit the wall too hard, lost the wheel, lost his whole front wing. Very unlucky for Monster after that incident.
I've just seen where... Oh, and Scratch has now invalidated. Yeah, I've just seen it on Scratch's lap where Monster went, and it's a very easy place to go. All you have to do is misjudge your braking, and you are going to the wall there.
Indeed.
Oh, there's a house in the wall in the background. I think it's Carl.
That is
It
Carl.
is in Ruscat. He's not having the best session, is he?
Having a good Q1 here. He doesn't have a lap, and he needs to go out very soon.
All the pressure is on Carl right now. It's on
Indeed,
a lot
he hasn't
on
set
him
a
quite
time
a
yet.
lot. The thing is, so Monster's now definitely a driver in danger because he's out the session. The 4 drivers behind him are probably going to improve, let's be honest. Baby Hornet's just coming out on a fresh set of softs as well. So you think he's going to jump. You think most of them will jump up. Single track's quite high in the championship. He's had a good season. He tends to be a lot higher than where he is currently, doesn't he? So it's going to be a tough old race for Gatian and Monte, I think.
Indeed, we can see Calvin on a flying lap at the moment.
Yeah, he's also another driver in a bit of trouble. Yeah.
Indeed, P14. It's not a very good place to be in Q1. We can see that he's being very cautious through turn 1. Pushing now.
3/10 up though, so that's obviously him using his ERS for the whole lap.
Indeed, indeed. We can see that in the first sector it helps a lot with the twist and turny section of Beau Rivage.
Wow, he gets so close to the wall. I thought he was going into it there, but he missed it by about a millimetre.
Indeed, pushing a lot more than his last lap, I can tell you now.
Yeah, I can see that. That's visible. His car is twitchy chicane as well.
Very good chicane. Let's see how he does into Tabak, into the pool section. Very fast, very close to the wall, very
He's
brave.
So committed. Wow.
This is a beautiful lap.
This is the kind of lap. Oh, he's at the wall.
He hit the wall. Let's see if he can improve on his lap.
He needs to,
or he
otherwise
lost
he's in
those
trouble.
3/10.
He's backed off. He's going for the next lap. He's still got 43% battery. He's in the drop zone. All the pressure is on Calvin. Let's watch Baby Hornet. He's a second up.
That was a beautiful lap from BRD Calvin.
That was the kind of lap you'd expect to see in Q3.
Tier 1. Yeah, to be fair.
With the amount of commitment he used. So Hornet's now under trouble as well. In trouble as well because he's invalidated. What's Carl going to be able to do? Can he get a lap in right at the end of this session? Scratch as well, another driver in trouble. Martin has improved all the way up to P4. So, there's a lot of drivers though who think they're safe here. I have noticed that. Like, you've got a lot of drivers who stayed in the garage. So...
Indeed, I think they definitely did the right choice. I think if you're under 14, I think you are good. Even though the track evolution is very, very improved at the moment. I think if you're under 14, I think you're good.
The reigning Tier 2 champion looks as though he's going out in Q1. Unless he can make this line. He's got 18 seconds to do it. Can Calvin make the line in time to get this one lap? It's going to be the most pressured lap of his season. I'm pretty sure of that. But
he will.
He's made it. He's done it. So Calvin will get this lap in. What is Baby Hornet doing? He's in the final corner. It's all on Baby Hornet. Can he get out and into a safe place? He does. He's into P7. That's him through. He's guaranteed safe. So, more pressure on Calvin. Pressure on Dumbest Hornet as well. He's the man in P15. Where can he go? It's 8/10 up at the minute. So...
Bit coming through the last corner. 25% ERS.
What's
Fully
Carl
deployed use. 15 point. He is out.
Carl is out. Dumbest Hornet up to P9. What about Calvin? Let's get all eyes on Calvin now. Fox River 8 is also the man in trouble. Calvin could knock out his teammate here.
Indeed, indeed.
Stoop is also another man who's in a bit of trouble here if both these Red Bulls improve.
That's a very, very good last few corners through for Fox River 8. Let's see what time he can do. 14.1. Calvin can knock his teammate down to P15.
Safe. His teammate's safe. So
indeed, down to P15. Let's see what he can do.
This
Calvin, will be 113.
This is going to be close. Calvin
113.025.
Some lap to produce at the end of the session. Wow.
With
under pressure
all the pressure
he
had on him, that is very, very well done. And as I've said many times before, I think Calvin will win this race.
It's gonna be very close, that's for sure. But that is some lap to produce with so much pressure. because
Indeed.
especially how committed his lap was before that, and he went into the wall at Raskas. He got away with that one.
Indeed.
But he's pulled it out the bag when it matters most. So obviously this session, it doesn't matter who finishes fastest in the grand scheme of things. Well done to Calvin for that lap at the end though. But there's a few drivers with a 5-place penalty. That's Single Track and Hoseman. But the guys that are out are Stu, Monster, Scratch, Carl and Gatti, and that is not ideal for any of them, and not where any of them will want to be starting.
Especially not with Monster having that 5-place grid penalty.
Fox River 8 got through by 1,000th of a second.
Oh, I did not see that, but that is a very good thing you pointed out.
That is so close between him and Stoob.
Indeed.
Oh, I bet Stoob's kicking himself right now.
That is very hard to digest for him, I would think.
You would, but now we're in like a little bit of a cool down period for ourselves. How many overtakes do you think we'll see today? Legit overtakes. I mean like clean ones, like totally around Monaco.
Okay. Clean overtakes around Monaco
you can have like you can have like wheel banging. That's still fine because it's so tight. If you don't touch wheels, it's going to be kind of hard not to. But
I think we will see about, let's say there's 20 drivers on the grid. Some people shouldn't be at the back. I would think about 3 overtakes that are actually clean.
You're going to say 3? I was going to say 0.
Yeah, I'll say 3 because I know that there's places on this track, the casino section. If you have a bad moment through there, you automatically go to the right. People can dart past you to the left. If you leave space into Maribor Hot, that will be amazing overtake.
The one thing I will say is though, with tier 2, the grid is so close. You have to be, to make an overtake here, you have to be so much faster than the driver in front. So
indeed.
So
you have to have 45 on back wing, on rear wing, sorry.
With how close this field is, I don't really see many overtakes happening. Obviously that there is going to be battles, and we want to see battles. There's also a Aston Martin that's just gone in the wall out the pits. I think it's Genie.
Very lucky for him. Do we know if he have wing damage?
No, I think he's got away with wing damage, so I think he's fine. But I think we're going to see
in a good psychological mood for the lap.
I think we're also going to see a lot of drivers here using used sets of tyres. So I think we have to bear that in mind as well when we see the first lap times, because people are going to want to be saving their tyres for Q3.
Indeed. I think that's the most sensible thing to do in this position. I think used tires for a banker is the way to go. Wait a bit till the grid calms down and then go for a new soft run.
I tell you the thing that keeps throwing me off around this track though, everyone's light at the back is flashing, so I keep thinking everyone's out of the RS. Then I remember it's a night race and that's why.
It's because they have it. It's because they have it off.
Yeah, that as well. But well, yeah, Baby Hornet. I'm watching him now.
Or anything like that. But
he is. But he's got Baby Hornet. Melvin's got Baby Hornet right in front of him. So if I was Melvin, I'd hope Baby Hornet gets out of the way quite quickly. So let's see how this goes for him. YouTube chat is very hyper today, so we will see. Geke says 1 overtake he expects to see.
Manouche with the shout out, thank you very much.
He did say he was going to do it, didn't he? So 1:12.2 from Doris. Wow, that is some lap from Doris. That's like 8 tenths faster than anything we saw in Q3. That's crazy quick. Toby, are you okay?
Indeed.
Oh, you are alive, okay. You were very silent, then it scared me.
No, I was letting you talk for a bit. I think I have interrupted you enough.
But, yeah, no, that lap from Doris is... And Call Me the Brave as well, 1:12.9. Don't forget, Call Me the Brave got through on mediums in the last session, as did Woomax. So...
Very, very interesting.
It's going to be very, very close for them guys come the end of this session. They're going to be really, really... showing their real pace, I guess you could say.
Indeed, I think that it's going to be very interesting to see what times they're going to do at the end of this session as well. We can see obviously Doris and Comi the Brave on new tires. I don't know it with Calvin, Gingini, Simba, Kaiser and so forth.
I would think Calvin probably is on a used set because he did use 2 in Q1, didn't he? But no, his tyres actually look fairly new. So, but I think Calvin, I mean, he set a good banker there, 13.3. Womack's just popped it into P2 as well, 112.7. But that Doris lap is incredible. Nice lap. Mark's just gone P4. So
this is very, very good laps we see. I think Doris can stay in for the whole of Q2 and still go through. I think that's the bar that he has set right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for anyone to even beat that. So that is some lap from him, that is for sure. Dumbest Hornet, he's another man he managed to just about get into the top 10 in Q3. So let's see if he can pull off that similar kind of form in Q2. This is where the laps matter at the end of the day. You want to be in that top 10 so bad. That's the one thing you need. So
indeed, if you're not in top 10 in this session, I think the race is definitely over.
I wouldn't say over because there's always incidents that can happen around Monaco. So I wouldn't say over, but it's going to be a lot more challenging. That's for sure.
Very true. I do think though, if you're not in the top 10, it's very hard to get. I'm not going to say impossible. It's very hard to fight for top 5, which you want if you consistently want to compete for the championship.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, of course you need to be up there, but like I said, like all it takes is one little twitch and can change anything in the race. Like if the guy in front of you does have a twitch, you're through. Oh, Fox has just gone into the wall, but he's gone purple in the middle sector. So, oh, he's got a Ferrari. He's managed to navigate that Ferrari just about well enough without going into him. So, let's see what's going to go on
nice
here.
Maneuvering.
That was like, I think the Ferrari just moved over at the right time there. But 13.7 P8, that's a good banker, and that's faster than what he did in Q1 as well. Hoseman into P3, he's a man that needs to put it on pole because he's currently got a 5-place penalty. As has Single Track, who's down in P15, but he hasn't set a lap time just yet.
We do see Laupi on a flying lap.
Let's
see what he can do. And hasn't set a time yet. I don't know if this is worn tires or new tires, but we'll see.
Judging by the looks of them, they're shiny, so they look new.
Indeed, purple sector 2.
He's gone purple, well, so
going through last few corners. Going through La Rasque.
Let's see, final corner. DRS open.
Knows.
And 13.8. He's in danger.
On the edge.
He needs to go again, that's for sure. Especially when you got Melvin, Martin, Dumbest Hornet, Baby Hornet, and Kids, so they're all going to be able to go again. Indeed. And I think they were all on used sets as well by the looks of it. So, because they were a lot slower than their Q1 times, so I think they may have all been on used sets.
Indeed, indeed. We can see Single Track going through the last corner. 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 2. Only P12 on his banker, which is acceptable. He can definitely go again.
Yeah, he was quite a way up there in Q1 as well, so he's definitely someone that's got more pace in the bag there. That's for sure.
Indeed, indeed.
But Mark is the man in P5. He obviously doesn't feel safe. He's a 10th up in the first sector, so Mark has got a bit of time on the table here. If he can put himself around the 112.5 region, I don't think Mark will need to go again. To be completely honest.
Indeed.
Let's see what he's going to be like coming under the tunnel. Good exit out of the corner just before. I don't even know the name of it, to be completely honest. But now he's coming to the end of it, and now big braking zone. He gets it perfect. Wow, very committed. He hits the sausage curb, which is going to send him off a little bit.
Melvin slots into P8 with a 113.5.
He definitely does. Mark's just gone purple in the middle sector. Oh, he's touched the wall ever so slightly. Oh, he's missed his braking for Raskas, and he's in round. He's in the wall. He's lost his wing.
He's lost an end plate. That's very unfortunate for the man in orange.
That's a big lap from Melbourne into P8 as well. It's a pretty awkward time though for him to set that lap because he's now got to come in again, maybe put on another set, or he could go again on that set actually, I guess, but he needs to recharge the battery, I'd say, a little bit. But the track is very, very quiet at the minute. Here comes Kaiser Soze. He's the next man. He's also a fellow Tier 3 driver of ours. So...
Indeed.
He's not on a fast lap at the minute. So let's see how this goes for Kaiser Soze. Down to turn 1. He doesn't hit the apex. That's a very strange line to take through turn 1. But it'd be a good confidence booster for him if he can go and put it in the top 10 as a tier 3 driver in Q2, wouldn't it? I think it would also scare us a little bit.
Indeed.
So
I would think so.
I would be coming into Wednesday like, okay, maybe I'm not getting top 10 now, to be honest. So, but let's see. How's he going to be? Like, we've seen so many drivers commit through this middle sector, and it's either going to work out brilliantly for you or absolutely terrible. So, let's see how he gets on. He's absolutely... His lap looks very hooked up at the minute. What's his middle sector? 4 tenths up. So as things stand, he's going to be putting himself in a place to go through here. The only thing is, I think he's doing this lap a little bit too early, in my opinion.
Indeed, I don't think the track is quite rubbered in. There's a lot of people that will go out again.
He's into P9, so that's good for him. But he may have to back out, charge his battery, and go again.
I think he definitely have to. I think there's 3 people behind him that is so capable of setting faster lap times than they already have done, and I think it'll be very, very tight for that P10 position.
I do as well. It's going to be a big battle to get through. All it takes is one person to absolutely nail their lap. I'm quite surprised. Wimax is back out on another set of mediums.
I did see that as well. I am thinking...
If he goes faster on those mediums than he did on the softs, I think we just need to quit the session and confirm he's going to win, to be honest, because that's just crazy.
I think it is very strange for Wimax to go out again. He has set it 12.7, which is... I would say that it is good enough to go through to Q3 and the last one. So I don't really see the point in going out again, unfortunately.
Maybe he's just doing a bit of a test of lap or test of run or something a bit further, but...
Indeed. We see Kaiser Soze go again without ERS. He didn't recharge it at all.
Yeah.
So we'll see how his lap time will do at the end of this lap, of course. He's not going full throttle either.
Yeah, let's go and watch one of the danger men. Let's go and watch Baby Hornet. He's the man in a bit of trouble here. So, he's just building up to start his lap now. He's going to whack his ERS on going down the straight, surely. Okay, he still hasn't whacked it on and he's into turn 1. And he's a man in danger right now. So he's putting a lot of pressure on himself on this final lap.
Interesting.
Which I don't think is necessary. He could have just got this done nice and early, but let's see. He's actually up in the first sector with no ERS on though. So
that is very, very good for him. He will have all the ERS in the world to
improve
go through
again.
Then. Indeed.
But imagine if he can get himself in a bit of a safe position without ERS. That's going to be a scary pass. So I'm pretty certain he did do his first lap on a used set though. So you've got all the drivers in a bit of trouble. They're all out on track now as well. So this is going to be interesting to see how fast they can all go in comparison to where they are. What's Baby Hornet's middle sector though? 5 tenths up. So he still needs to find a bit more though in the last sector. He's gone purple in the middle sector. But I think everyone's going purple in the middle sector.
P6 on a 12.9. Do we think that is enough, or will he?
Not when you look at the fact.
Again.
Not when you look at the fact that 5th to 8th are separated by less than 10. But where's Baby Hornet going to go? Only 13th. But this is going to be his ERS lap. So this is the one where we're going to see the big improvement. There's a Red Bull round at turn 1. Who was that? Was that Calvin? It is. Calvin could be under big pressure here. Maybe even more than last time. He's not going to get around again for a lap either. That could be it for Calvin.
That is P10. Will we see Baby Hornet single track
Or Dumbest Hornet knock him out of this
or
session?
Dumbest Hornet knock him out? That is the question.
Dumbest Hornet coming through the first sector. He's a tenth and a bit up, so he needs to find a bit more than first sector. So,
That
and this lap is the one with ERS as well.
not
So,
enough.
oh, he's gone very deep though at the hairpin. Oh, that's not good at all. Let's see. Oh, he's touched the wall. He's only 2/10 up. I don't think this is going to be enough from Baby Hornet.
This is not going to be enough to get through into Q3, unfortunately, for
Unless
Baby
he
Hornet.
puts in the best final sector of his life. I don't think it's going to be, but
Unfortunately not. I
let's
don't
see.
think he
Across
will.
the line.
P12.
P12. Let's go and watch
Let's
Dumbest
see,
Hornet. He's coming around the
Dumbest
final corner.
Hornet,
He's
indeed.
7/10 up, but he needs he needs more than that. So let's see,
Indeed,
what's he gonna do?
certainly
13-4,
P12. Calvin is safe for now. Let's
What
see
about
single track.
He's a 10th up
This
at the end
is
of the
the
first
man-
sector.
This
He's
is the
down.
man to beat.
Single track's
Let's see
down
what
by
single track
2.5
can do.
tenths. He's not faster than his current time.
That means Calvin is through by the thinnest of margins.
He's
400s.
He's survived by literally the skin of his teeth, unless single track pulls something out the bag here. No.
14.3.
Wow, I bet
BRD
Calvin's
Calvin.
heart was in his mouth when he spun at turn
BRD
1.
Calvin is
Might be
very,
the
very
luckiest man
lucky
on the
to
planet
go
right
through.
now. So, wow. That is unbelievably tight from Calvin. I mean, Kaiser Soze was... Look at how close it was between Calvin and Kaiser Soze. Not quite as close as it was in Tier 1, but... Q1. I keep saying Tier 1. I don't know why. I'm not used to saying Q1. But... Gavin just said Toby for Tier 1.
I don't take the
All the pressure's on you now. So the 5 drivers out from that session are Kaiser Soze, Dumbest Hornet, Baby Hornet, Lorpy, and Single Track. But Single Track will start this race in last place
He will.
because he's got the 5 place grid penalty. So that is not going to be fun for him at all.
Indeed, I do know Monster. Think was P17 with a 5 grid penalty as well. So we'll see who.
Hoseman was
which
the
one of
one
them.
with a 5 place.
Houseman, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this out there to you now. Prediction: who's getting pole?
I've seen Doris with fast laps. I've seen Mark H with a fast lap. I think if Calvin can put those laps that he just did, if he actually makes them work, he can definitely be a contender. I think Mark H will take pole in Q3 with the consistency he has. I think he will grab pole today. What do you think?
Well, Single Track just said he did his last lap without ERS. That's not ideal at all. Gab says Melbourne for pole. Boofy says you for pole. Well, I'll tell you something, Toby. If you manage to get pole in this session, then I'm sending you down there. To be honest, you can just go and race, alright? For me, Martin said he's doing the last to last challenge. I think, yeah, that's probably the most sensible option in this track, to be honest. For me, pole. Who do I think is getting pole? I'm gonna say, call me the Brave. No, I'm gonna say
Interesting.
Wumax. Yeah, I'm going Wumax.
Very, very good shout. Womax
Yeah.
is a very fast driver. We've all seen it before. And
We've seen it in the other sessions
it's
as
going to
well.
be interesting. Indeed.
So,
When you see Genie out first, is that good or is that bad? We will
I
just
mean,
have to wait and see. Of
there's
course.
one way to look at it in. He's gonna get a pretty much clean track all to himself. Go around here and do his lap.
Indeed.
So I think I'd almost rather have a clean track than have the risk of being, because it's so hard to get out of the way at Monaco. We've seen it. The unfortunate Hoseman incident that happened. We saw that where he got the 5th place. There was nothing Hoseman could do. So
Indeed.
and it wasn't Monster's fault either. It just Monster spun and it blocks the whole track, doesn't it? So
It really does. It really does. It's going to be interesting to see Gene out on his flying lap.
Very committed through turn 1. This is where you're going to see everyone pushing though, like to the absolute limit of this track.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to see him go through Casino turn 4.
I don't think there'll be a pole position in anyone's life that will mean more than getting a pole position here, to be honest.
Indeed, Monaco is extremely, extremely hard to go around people on, and I think pole here, it's really helpful to...
It probably feels like a race win, to be honest. It probably feels like a race win. If you get the good start and manage to clear off a little bit at the start, then you're going to be absolutely laughing. But let's see what Gini's banker's going to be. If you're going to... Oh, he's hit the sausage and it sent him. The sausage really treated him badly there, didn't it?
Indeed, he goes very, very deep through that one.
He does. I know Gavin's just seen that sausage and got very excited, so... I'm just waiting for his YouTube comments to pop in any second. But
we see Melvin with a purple sector 2.
Yeah, so he's just gone faster than Gini, but don't forget Gini did have that big moment in sector 2 as well. 13.5 though, that's still a good lap.
13.5 is a good banker.
Let's go see Melvin.
Let's see what Melvin can do. Deploy used.
13.2.
13.2 is
for the
much
driver.
Better. Mark H. 12.2. That is an insane lap. I think if he goes out again, I think we can definitely see 11, high 11s, definitely.
Oh, Gini's just gone round and broken his front wing.
Holzman, 12.7 with the 3 people, double Mercedes.
Yeah, and
top 3.
Another thing to point out here though is the man that set the pace in the last session has struggled on his first lap here. Doris, he's down in P7 in a 115 and he's got a McLaren slightly in the way right now, which isn't going to be helpful. But
we do see Calvin on a flying lap as well, through La Rascas.
Yeah, so
through
Calvin will
turn 18 and 19, last corner, DRS fully on the throttle.
Oh,
goes pole with a 12.269. This will all go down to the last seconds
1100ths per second.
Qualifying. This will all go down to the last seconds of qualifying.
The thing is as well, you've got
Q3.
Doris who we know can do a lap that quick. We saw it in the last session. You've got Womax who's been showing pace so far the entire time. You've got lots of drivers here, him with the fight. All it takes is one hooked up lap and that's it. It could change everything. Womax, there you go.
Womax goes 12.206, 600th.
Right, Toby, I need to point something out here. Our 2 picks, 1 and 2.
Indeed, we are the goats of commentary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with that, but...
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, with the goats of predictions, I think that's more the best way to put it. I think we'll go predictions, but... Let's go see Simba. He's the man on outlap now, so let's see what Simba's doing in the Ferrari, the Tier 3 champion from last season. Yeah, that still hurts me to say that, don't worry. Oh, he's got
big moment.
Twitch. The Connor curse strikes on Simba, and I'm going to be a dead man walking after this.
Ruined his lap, unfortunately. He will recharge his ERS, and I think he will be going again.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably will. It didn't look like he hit the wall, so I think he's got away with it in that respect at least. I'll tell you something, this has been the most exciting qualifying I've ever watched, and we still have a race to come after this.
Indeed, I forgot we had a race after this. This is very,
This feels like the race, doesn't it? Because whoever gets pole here is probably favourite to win this. So... But you just never know, do you? This is MRC.
This is MRC. This is pinnacle.
Mandy said that she's told Simba that I cursed him. Well, why would you do that? That's just not nice, is it? That's just wow. It wasn't exactly a curse. It was more like a unlucky piece of timing, let's say. But I'm going to get off board with him now because I'm scared he'll do it again. Well, he's the only one on the lap though. I have to watch him. Has he backed out? Yeah. No, he hasn't. He is flat out through the tunnel, so he's still going. 100-meter braking. He's gonna. He's very strong through there. Wow, he carried a lot of speed through that section of the track. Can he keep it out of the wall? Oh, he does clip it. But he's gone purple in the middle sector. He's got no damage, so he's definitely committed. Look at the commitment from Simba. Wow, that was like Calvin earlier. That is some commitment he's put in there. Let's see, final corner. Where's he going to go?
The man in
1:13.2, P7. Good lap.
P7. The man in P5 in the championship looks very, very good for just being promoted to tier 2, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, like, he definitely has time left on the table there because he hit the wall twice.
Definitely. He can definitely be a contender for at least top 5, I would think.
I think maybe, yeah, definitely top 5. Maybe, yeah, 4th roughly. I mean, he's gonna have to find a second if he wants to be fighting for pole. But I mean, anything could happen. This track is now going to be at its absolute best. Well, in about a minute's time it will be.
Indeed.
So,
Doris with a purple sector 2 invalidates his lap, going full throttle over the end of the pool section.
G Genie's now purple in sector 2 though. And G Genie's coming around the final corner. This could be the lap to watch. What is G Genie going to be able to do? Into P5. Good lap. So he's definitely
very interesting. We can see Call Me the Brave going around Larascas.
If I'm being honest though, I think Simba's going to be the last person in this session that crosses the line.
Very, very true.
Call Me the Brave's just gone purple in the last sector and he's got up to 4th. And look at how close he is, that's the thing. So he's
indeed, it's going to be very, very tight.
The top 4 have all done a 1:12.2. The top 4. So that's crazy close.
Hello, Ant.
Ant is also here. Wow, we've got endless amount of people here. But let's see, what is... This is Womack, so the pole sitter is the next man who's going to start a lap.
Indeed.
So he's definitely going to be one to come back to.
I hope we will see a high 11 here. We'll have to wait and see what Womack does. Calvin is up there in P2 as well.
Yeah, it's me versus you for pole here. Your prediction against my prediction. But Mark's also starting his lap as well, so... Mark's going on a lap in just a minute as well, so let's see. Womack's first sector, he's actually down by 4/10, so Womack hasn't had a great first sector here.
He does not have his ERS on,
yeah,
which means that he probably will go again.
He's going for 2 warm-up laps then, which is... makes sense. So...
Indeed. We can see Mark H is on a lap. The man in P3. Womack is the man to beat at the moment with a 12.206. Will Mark beat it?
Oh, he's had a big switch! He's 3/10 up! Wow, this could be something special from Mark on the way here.
This is as a high 11, which I was so looking forward to it before this session.
Oh, he's touched the wall again. He's committed so much to this lap. He's getting so close to every single wall. He's pushing the absolute limits.
Let's see how he does.
He's backed off. Mark's backed off. He's backed off.
That is very unfortunate with a 2.6 tenths.
The thing is, he's still got time to go again. He's going to try and charge that battery to the best of his ability. We know that. What about Calvin? What's he doing? He's also going. He's also on an out lap as well.
He's on an out lap. Just warming his last bit of tires up.
The Fox has just popped into 5th with a 1:12.6. That's a strong lap as well.
DRS on, ERS on.
So G Genie's going to be the last person across the line. Actually, Call Me the Brave, maybe. So this is going to be very, very close. Womack, the pole sitter, is the man, the first of the leaders that's going to set a lap. What's his middle sector like?
Calvin just touched the wall 3 times in the first sector. He's up.
Womack is up quite majorly.
Time.
Let's see what Womack can do. He's coming around the final corner. He's just under a 10th up. So Womack could be on here for maybe 11 if he can find time in the last sector. So this is going to be an improvement by the looks of it from Womack. 12-0. Wow, what a lap.
12-0. What a lap. Calvin is down on his time.
Out. Mark spun.
Mark spun. He is not
Doris
going
into P2.
Doris into
112.1.
P2 with 12.1. Calvin, what can he do? Let's see his sector 2 split.
6/10 down.
He is
2.9 down.
2.9 seconds.
Yeah, wow. So he's
That
obviously out of this session. Well, he's not going to be challenging for pole. What about Mark's obviously done as well?
Fox River 8 had a moment.
Simba's just popped it into
Through
P7.
Massenet. Fox River 8 is out.
Yeah, I've just seen him in the
this
wall.
Qualifying of Massenet turn 3. Very unfortunate for that man right there. Calvin stuck in P3 now. Will he get a good start on the race?
This grid is very well poised because if you look at it as well, you've got the man in, I think it's the top 3 in the championship all together. 3rd, 4th and 5th. I believe they're the top 3. I know Mark and Corby the Brave are the top 2. I think Calvin's 3rd.
Calvin is 3rd.
Yeah, so that's going to be a very interesting battle to watch out on. And
It is very, very interesting.
Who out of the 3 of them can get the best start? But obviously, when you got Wumax and Doris showing the pace they're showing, that Wumax lap at the end was huge from him. He really needed that. So
definitely was that. He will be very, very happy with that lap.
and I'm
Gini
also,
into P6.
and I think we've also learned that you might be better than me at racing, but I'm better at predicting.
I will.
I'll take it. I'll let you have your championship
I will
in tier
crush
3.
you in tier 3 race.
Wow, stewards, you heard that? Chris, you're in the YouTube chat.
Let's see. We were talking before about the Silverstone race at the end of the season, which I will win. Mark my
No,
words.
you won't.
Mark my words.
Mark my words, you're not winning, I'm winning. It's the one race I'm winning, I promise you. It's the only race
we
this
will
season
see,
I'm scoring points in. So, so you're gonna let me win, that's what you're gonna do.
I will see.
But, so I in that session, I've managed to predict the pole sitter, curse Simba, and curse a few
Take him out
others.
for me, please.
Oh, what? I'm guessing he's talking to me. He wants me to take you out because he's second in the
so, too.
championship.
I think so too.
No,
But I'm friends with Booty.
but at the same time, he also took me out in Mexico.
Oh yeah,
I'm
please
joking.
Booty, take him out and I'll give you money.
Wow.
I will PayPal you. And afterwards, I'll drive up to your car and see.
Wow. Wow, you're just taking it way too far. But
No.
this is the moment everyone's been racing for. Waiting for is the word phrase I was looking for.
English.
So, I mean, it's easy to predict who you think is going to win here because you would probably say the current pole sitter. But who are you going for to win
Calvin.
at Monaco?
I will still say Calvin. I think he always gets good starts when I race with him, when I practice with him. So I think he gets a really good start through here. I think Rumax also get a good start. I do think Calvin will jump P2, and then it's just a battle for P1 after that.
The thing is,
On
I
the
know
opening lap.
whoever I say I'm going to curse
Go on then.
because you experienced it enough times last season. Every time I said your name, you spun in tier 4. You know, so
Oh,
like I do it to
Okay.
everyone. So I don't do it by purpose. Well, sometimes I do, but let's see. I'm going to go with Doris
very, very interesting.
or Dora the Explorer or whatever his or her name is. But yeah, but 25%, 20 laps. A lot can happen. You're going to see a lot of the medium to soft strategy or soft to medium, one or the other. So let's see the tyres people are starting on. So the top 2 are both on softs. 3rd and 4th are both on mediums. Then you got Call Me Brave, GGD, Melbourne all on softs. Simba, Fox River both on mediums. Catus Jose on softs. Everyone from Dumbest Hornet down to Hoseman on softs. Hoseman had that 5th place penalty as well, remember. And then you've got Stoob Scratch on mediums. Carl and Gatian on softs with Martin and Monster both on the mediums. They both also had 5th place grid penalties.
I will say this right now. If there's a safety car in the beginning of this race, Wumax and Doris are flying. I think Calvin and Mark,
They're going to be in danger, that's for sure, on the medium tyres because Those guys can
Definitely.
pit, and then their tyres are going to be great for the rest of the race, no matter what. Whereas
Indeed.
Calvin and Mark can't pit. Well, they can, but they're very, very bad at the end of.
A safety car. I think Calvin will win this.
Well, just a little
Mark
stat
as
for
a
you.
contender as well.
Last time we raced here in season 5, we had 3 tiers. We had 1 safety car all week.
That is very, very true, to be fair. I
So,
have checked that.
and I think we had 1 steward's report as well. So that was kind of a crazy week because I thought it was going to be very busy. But we've got everyone lining up on the grid. This is the moment. This is where everyone's going to feel the nerves a little bit as well. This is, you know, it's Monaco. So the nerves will kick in a bit because, you know, everything could be lost on one here. Just in one corner, I can't see the lights, which is really annoying me. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we're on the way.
Lights out.
I can't
and
see the
away
leaders.
we go.
This isn't showing me the leaders, but I think Doris has done an absolutely amazing start. No, but Wimax has got better. Calvin's side by side with Doris.
Calvin's
There's a
on
bit
the
of
inside.
contact.
Had a moment.
Calvin's
He's
had a
down
moment.
to
Can we break
P4
through?
now.
Mark's had a terrible start. He's down to P6. Melbourne also into P5. He's side by side with Mark. And he's managed to get through. Melbourne, wow, that was a very aggressive start, but he managed to get through. The guys on the mediums did not have a good start.
Indeed, indeed. I think the soft runners have the obvious advantage over the medium runners.
Yellow flag.
The Brave and Melvin.
That'll be everyone going
2
slowly
places.
through the left-hand hairpin.
Indeed, indeed.
Wimax has had a pretty good start. I'm guessing that's still everyone's going through the hairpin at like 10 miles per hour. That is why there's a yellow. Yeah, that's all good.
Indeed, indeed.
So, oh, Colby the Brave's gone off track a little bit. That's going to slow him. Surely this is going to mean Calvin now can have a little attack at him potentially here, and he's not quite close enough. That's the thing with Monaco. You need to be so close to be able to make a move on someone. Dumbest Hornet's had a moment. Something's happened to Dumbest Hornet. Something definitely has happened because he's dropped a few places.
He had a moment. He has dropped 5 places since the start of this lap.
I tell you one man that's had an absolutely sensational start, and that is Stu. He started down in P16. He's now he's coming.
He's
Why
now
did he pit?
in the pits.
He must have had contact with someone then, or the wall.
Damage.
Baby Hornet's in the pits. Scratch Charisma's in the pits.
He is pitting for new mediums, which means that his
still got
mandatory tire change is not done.
Yeah,
which means that
Scratch has got onto hards, which is probably the sensible choice. Baby Hornet's also got onto the mediums, which is another very good. Baby Hornet's going to struggle to get to the end, but I think as long as he takes care, he needs a safety car. That's what he definitely needs.
Indeed,
but
indeed,
let's continue to scroll down. At the minute we've got Fox and Simba. That's one of the closest battles. You've also got Genie and Melvin. So that's another very close battle. The top 5, they're fairly spread out other than Doris. He's still right on the rear end of the race leader. So let's continue on. What is Genie going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to get close enough to Melvin to launch an attack? I don't think he is quite. Melvin's not in the session. He's ghosted. And now he's back. Something happened there. That was strange. Very strange.
Oh, we a Genie
yeah,
having
he's
a
having
look
a
of
few
Melvin's
He's having a few
outside.
connection issues as well. Genie is. He's lagging a little bit and glitching all over the place.
Indeed,
So-
we see Mark going into the pits now. Maybe there was contact between him and Laupi or Kaiser Sose. Very, very unlucky race for Mark Hodgie. Now,
Yeah, that's not good when his 2 main title contenders are 3rd and 4th as well. That's not going to help him at all.
indeed,
but-
indeed, he's now down 13 places
Yeah, he really is.
from the beginning.
But this battle out front, is Doris going to be able to make a move on Wimax? He's going to have to time it to absolute perfection. That's one thing we can guarantee.
Indeed, indeed, we can see Genie all over Melvin. Will we see a move coming
Let's
into
go and have a look.
Sector 2?
He's backed up a little bit. Simba's now actually closer to Genie than Genie is to Melvin. So, oh, he's got into the wall. Genie has, but he's having I think his connection's really not helping him here. He's just got into the wall again.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely, I think if he had a stable connection, he would definitely been able to do much more than he is at the moment. He's one of 3 people that has actually stayed in his starting position, with Wumax and Doris, of course, in P1 and 2.
That's quite surprising that a lot of these drivers haven't actually stayed. Let's have a look at the position changes, because that's quite an interesting thing to look. I'm bottling this live on stream. So Cool with the Braves up 2. Calvin down 1. We saw what happened to him at the start. He seemed to just bog down on those medium tyres a little bit. Melbourne's got up 2. We saw how amazing his start was. Carl though up 5. What a start from him. Single track up 5 as well. You know, all those drivers kept out of trouble. Monster's now in the pits as well, so that's not ideal from him. Obviously Mark's down 13 and Baby Hornet's down 7. So all these drivers are not going to be happy with where. But there's been quite a lot of improvements, which is quite surprising for Monaco. So
indeed, it is very, very surprising. It's interesting to see as well. The most interesting thing for me at the moment is the gap between 1, 2 and 3. P1, P2 and P3 is very, very interesting to see how far away they actually are. Doris has had a moment, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, that gap's just got very big and all of a sudden. But let's look at Gini and Melvin, because that's the closest battle. Gini seems to have a lot more pace than Melvin through the last sector. It's just whether or not Gini can make it count. He has got a run on Melvin here. Is he going to have a look into turn 1? He seems to have moved to the outside. He's not quite close enough. Is he going to have a look on the run up to Beau Rivage? So let's have a look.
We can see Melvin under 10% off ERS.
Yeah, he's
very,
really
very soon,
using it.
11%.
But there's just not the room. Oh, there's contact a little bit between the two of them. Oh, Melvin did a bit of a twitch. I thought they were coming together then. Wow, my heart was in my mouth.
That was very, very close from the two drivers. In the Alpine and the Alpha... I can't talk. Aston Martin.
You'll get there eventually. Don't worry, I have these moments as well. Kaiser Soze's also right on the back of Fox River 8 as well, so I'm wondering if Fox has had a little moment somewhere, because he was right on the back end of Simba. Simba's also ready to pounce on Gigi. Oh, Melvin's cut the corner. 3 seconds. That could be a big game changer for him.
Indeed, indeed. I don't know if he locked up or anything like that.
It looked like he just missed his braking point and went straight on. That's kind of how it looked, so...
Very, very unfortunate. Gini now still at the back of Melvin.
Yeah, I think he's come in early, has Melvin, so he's gone for the undercut. And do you know what? I think the undercut could be pretty powerful around here, especially if you can just get put out into free air. Doris is also pit as well. But if you can get put into free air around Monaco, it can really make you gain time on the people around you. Because something's happened to Simba. Simba's gone round somewhere. He's had a moment.
Simba has had a moment. I don't think it's...
Because he was right with Gini, wasn't he? But now he's dropped behind. He's right behind Doris, but sadly for him he hasn't pit yet, so...
Can I just say...
Yeah.
Bit with a 9th place promotion, as well as single track with a 9th place promotion. Very, very good job from them too. I know Bit have very, very good race pace around
Bit has always
most
had
tracks.
Bit's always been someone that struggled more than anything in qualifying. Don't get me wrong, he's still a good one-lap driver as well, but he's always the man that brings it out of nowhere in...
Indeed, indeed. We can see that in this race especially. He was P17 starting this race. P8 now. Bit W. Very, very good drive from him. Single track, we can't leave him out as well. Started P19, now P10.
And what you got to remember is the single track as well. He's on the mediums, so he's going to be on the much quicker tyre at the end of this race.
Indeed, indeed. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this race unfolds.
It definitely is, that is for sure. Kaiser Soze is now in the pits. He's dropped quite a few places, so obviously a lot of people around him haven't pit yet. Melvin is come out in front of Kaiser Soze, so Melvin's definitely cleared him by a bit more than he had as a gap before. So Melvin's undercut there has worked. He's probably going to come out quite a bit in front of Gini, but Gini is really catching Calvin now.
Oh, we see Doris and Gatian having a battle into the hotel hairpin section.
Oh, and they've got
between
Simba
3
right
drivers
there
of
as well.
Simba as well.
Yeah.
They can't battle too much, they will lose time to Simba from behind.
Oh, Doris is in a big twitch! No, Simba's coming! Are we going to see an overtake? We are! We've seen... Oh my god.
Very nice move from Simba, capitalizing on Doris's mistake, going defensive into the Novell chicane. Very, very interesting.
Toby, we need to... We've seen an overtake. that's not lap 1. I'm
Very, very true.
I'm like a proud dad right now.
I have seen two.
Womack
I have
is
seen
in. As
Bit
is Call Me
as
the
well.
Brave.
Bit is also gone in.
I told you though, this
With
is what I
double
said to you,
sorted.
isn't it? Like, one twitch can just give everyone so much space just to go through and gain a lot here.
Indeed.
So
Will Single Track get out ahead of Womack? He won't. Which means that Womack is in a very, very good position to just go for it at the moment. Because
to be
if
fair, Single
Calvin
Track
goes
hasn't pit
into the
yet.
pits,
Single Track hasn't pit yet, so
very, very true. I think Womack has a very, very good chance
yeah,
of
I think
taking the win here.
as long as he can keep it consistent and just keep his head, it's good. It's hard to see anyone beating him, especially now he's got clear air to drive into as well. He's got the cold tyres, obviously, but I mean, Calvin's obviously got clear air out front as well, and we're not going to see Calvin in probably till around about lap 12 at the latest,
So, yeah,
at the
12,
earliest.
12, 13.
Yeah.
We will see Calvin in the pits. I think we will have to see a big, big push from Calvin to extend the lead from Womack. I think he is 15 seconds. I think the pit time here is about just 20 seconds or less. So I think
did.
interesting. Okay, we'll have to
Gini.
see a big push from Calvin. We'll have
Yeah.
to see a big, big push from Calvin to get that lead and get out in front of Womack.
Right, this is the bit I'm interested for. Is Gene Genie going to get out in front of Melbourne? He is. And the undercut has just worked the overcut, sorry, has just worked absolutely beautiful for Gene Genie. Because he's right on the back of Call Me the Brave, coming out the pits, and he was quite a long way behind Call Me the Brave before the pit stop. So,
Indeed, indeed.
so that overcut has really, really worked well for Gene Genie. Especially when you look at in front of him, he's got Simba, and he's come out in front. No, he's behind Doris, but he's got Simba, Single Track, Fox, and Calvin all still to pit ahead of him. So he's running in a net P4 at the minute. Well, actually, Calvin's quite a bit ahead. So let's say net P5 for Gene Genie. So
Indeed, indeed. That's very good for Genie as well. Dropped 2 positions.
yeah,
Going up 3 is a positive 1 position, of course. I am very interested to see the pace of Womack and Calvin.
Mark's got
We've
5
seen-
seconds.
We have seen that gap drop from Womack to Calvin. He's gaining on him every single lap. We will see 3 more laps approximately of Calvin's medium tire. The gap shrinks so much though to P3.
Yeah, the
Will
flag
we
is 6 to
see
3.
Calvin?
I think that's Hoseman. It is
Indeed, he goes
Hoseman.
into the pit.
Yeah. He's
Will we
getting the
see
new front
Calvin
wing as well.
out of Womack?
He's not got the gap at the minute. He's only got 15
He is
seconds.
gaining this lap
So-
though.
He needs to find about 5 or so seconds. Womack still has 67% of battery as well, don't forget. And Calvin only has around about 20-30%. So, oh, Calvin's just tapped the wall though.
Indeed, he is pushing his hardest at the moment. It is working out for him if he pushes this hard all the time.
Yeah, but it's
It's not
so
good
hard
for
to
the
push this
tyres.
hard. It's so hard to push
Indeed.
this hard and not put it in the wall, especially at Monaco. So,
Indeed, indeed. The thing is, if Womack can get onto Fox River 8's gearbox, we can see a defensive masterclass from Fox River 8 to help his teammate Calvin get ahead.
I mean, the team game could come into play here. You're not wrong, that's for sure. Like, Fox could really, really help Calvin out here.
Indeed, indeed.
But
It's
at the
gonna be
same
very
time,
interesting to
Fox
see.
could really... Hold on, let's see how many penalties Fox has got here, because he's got 3 seconds himself. So, the Fox is not going to win this race based off that at the minute. I mean, anything can happen still. He could end up still winning it, but it's unlikely. So,
Indeed.
at this point, maybe he will be thinking about helping his teammate, potentially. Let's have a look at Doris. Doris is stuck at the minute behind Simba. And look at the train that is currently forming behind Single Track. Whoa.
Indeed, it's a very, very big gap. I think Simba is still losing time to Single Track. Some places he gains, some places he loses time. 1.5 seconds behind, so the train is pretty much behind Simba now, and Single Track have clear air. Simba is under pressure
Calvin's
from
in.
Doris from behind. Calvin is now in. Let's see how he does. Will he get out? His tire change is already done. Let's see what he can do. Will he get out in front of Womax? This is crucial for the race. Womax have the advantage and he will pass him.
Yeah, Womax is going to get him by quite a distance as well.
This is going to be a very, very hard race. This is going to be a very, very hard race for Calvin.
Can Calvin get out in front of the Ferrari? That could be huge for him.
He did not.
Oh, that's not going to help him at all.
Out in front.
Calvin needed...
Single track have not pitted.
If Calvin wanted any chance of winning this race, he needed to clear air in front of the Ferrari. And
indeed, he really did. 2.2 seconds behind Single Track. Single Track has to pit this lap for Calvin to have a chance on Womax. Because Calvin is now on the faster tire, remember?
Yeah, he is. He's on the faster tire, but it's just so hard to overtake here, isn't it? That's the issue.
Indeed. Everything can happen. Can we see Calvin get this place on Single Track this lap? I think it needs to be done.
The Fox can also still help Calvin out here. The Fox could still back Womax up a little bit here. I don't think he's got to. I think we're going to see Fox in this lap. I wouldn't be surprised. Mark's got another 3 seconds. No, Fox
he is
carries
still
on.
Going. Single track. Let's see what he's going to do. This is crucial for Calvin's lap, remember. He's staying out. Calvin needs to get around him if he wants to have a chance on this race victory.
I think some of these guys have seen how powerful the overcut is and thought, right, well, let's just stay out. Because what you got to think is a lot of the drivers are now in a train. Most of them.
Indeed.
So Mark's got a few penalties. I think Mark's got about 8 seconds worth of penalties. So he's just got Mark's just made an overtake on Kaiser Soze as well. So Mark's also on the hard tyres.
Jumped the position on scratch Charisma as well.
He did. Calvin is getting rather held up by that Ferrari now. Is he going to be able to make the move at the end of the tunnel? I think that's where he needs to line it up. He needs to focus on the exit out of this next corner if he's going to be able to get it done, because this is the only place where it's long enough. Let's see, is Calvin going to be able to close on him? We're going on board with him.
He's not gaining enough.
He's not, and I think, I mean, straight line speed, everyone should have very similar around here, because I'd like to think everyone's running pretty much the same wings. But
Indeed.
Let's see, is Fox going to come in? Because look at how that gap come down between him and Womax now.
Indeed, Womax have very, very good pace around here, so this will be, as I always say,
Fox carries on again.
Crucial. Carries on. The overcut, that is.
Fox seems very strong in the last sector.
Will he go in?
No, he stays out. Single track did stay out, and Simba stays out as well. He's still got Doris. Doris is another man that's going to be so frustrated at the minute because he's lost the place. That's one thing Calvin did do though. He did gain the place on Doris. So Calvin has gained that at least.
Single track is losing time to Womax, so this is bad for the both of them. Calvin going around the outside. Gets slammed on by Single Track.
Yeah, they seem to be. The thing is, it's just so hard. You can see Calvin's trying everything to get past him, but it's just.
He needs to.
You need to pick the right moment. You have to.
Indeed.
I mean, I missed that. I'm glad you was watching. Oh, Melvin's out. Is that going to bring a safety car?
If this does, this is very good for many people.
There's not going to be a safety car, I don't think.
The safety car out.
Yeah, so there's no safety. That could have really helped the guys on the medium tyres there, the ones that haven't pitted yet. I'll tell you something, that could have brought Fox well back into this race. So
I definitely think so as well, you know.
But we
have to see. For Fox River 8 not to lose too much time, he needs to pit this lap because the mediums are not going to be very good for long. Still
Simba's had a moment. Oh no, he's in the pits. Ignore me. I'm chatting rubbish. Yeah, Simba's in the pits. I was so he's actually the Ferrari that's pitted first out of the two. You'd have expected it to be Single Track, being as he was the one in front. But
indeed, we can see the gap to Womax. Last lap, it shrunk with 2/10. Will Fox River 8 pit this lap? 5 laps will be very good for the softs.
I'm wondering if he is trying to play the team game a little bit here. But the thing is, Womax isn't actually catching Fox enough here. Fox is still driving at an incredible pace on 14 lap-old mediums.
Indeed. That is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he goes out, he stays out because of his pace, and Womack is not catching him, so why would he?
He is
go
this lap
into
though.
the box?
He's just gained 7/10 roughly in the middle sector. I think maybe the tyres are going.
The tyres are definitely going. We see the back marker of the Williams.
Yeah, I
Almost
think
going
Fox is
past him
coming
here.
in. No, he's not. He carries on again.
He is staying out. I think he's waiting for a safety
I
car.
think
We see
maybe
single
this-
track going in. Calvin can now pounce on that P3 position.
This is the
Can we
moment
see him
I think
close
Fox
the gap?
is. I think Fox is going to be the play the team game here, because look at how close Womack now is to. He's watching the stream, Fox is. I think he heard us. He's got to be.
I definitely think he will be playing the teammate game. He is losing so much time.
He is. His
with
tyres
those
are gone. You can
mediums.
see it on the exit of every corner. You can see how much he's struggling to get that traction down.
Indeed,
He's just been
but he
unlapped
needs
by
to defend. He needs to be the. He will find a way.
Because at the minute,
think.
I would say, at the minute, it looks like Womack is about a second a lap, maybe a second and a half a lap faster than Fox. So
Indeed, it's going to be very interesting to see. He can't pit here. If Fox River 8 pits here, it's I can't find the word. It's not going to be very good for
he's
Calvin.
playing the team game. He's playing the
stays
team
out,
game.
He's playing the team game.
He
This
really is playing the
lovely.
team game.
This is racing.
I remember seeing this in Tier 4 at Season 7 between me and my teammate in the Red Bulls. But it was at Monza and it won me the race, so let's see
It's
if
going to be interesting.
repeated.
You just see the gap from
But I want
Womack
to say
to
one
Calvin.
thing though. The gap between Calvin and Womack over that last lap did not change too much.
Indeed, but this lap, right now, it's...
And
It's
Calvin's
gone
out of
up again.
battery. And Womack has 83%.
Indeed, it's going to be very, very close.
But do you know
On
what
the
the issue
last
for
lap,
Womack
on the
is?
20th lap.
Do you know what the issue for Womack is? Fox still has 60. So Fox can still defend with
Fox
that ERS.
can defend this. Fox can defend this. It's going to be very interesting.
But he needs
Who
Calvin.
takes the race
He needs
victory
Calvin
here.
to really close this gap. He needs Calvin to. So
Indeed. I think Calvin's 5-lap-old softs are starting to degrade a bit now. He gained 4/10 in the last 2 sectors. 5/10, 6/10. It's just going down.
is the Red
He's
Bull
now
coming in?
inside.
He's not. The Red Bull is not coming in
It's
again.
now
So this is it.
under 1 second. This is the most interesting race I've seen all season long. For the race win.
Fox is having to brake so early. This is not helpful. But here comes Calvin.
Here comes
He's-
Calvin. 0.8 seconds.
thing
0.9
is-
seconds.
The thing is, next lap there's no choice in the matter. Fox is gonna have to pit next lap. Like
He
that.
definitely has to. He will not have to do it this lap.
Unless he's just gonna take the DFQ for his teammate. But
That is going to be interesting if he does. I don't think he will. I think he will pit and still get points for the team.
I don't think he's. Is he got the gaps to get points? It's gonna be close if he can. But then don't forget he's got a 3-second penalty as well. So
Very, very true. He will be very close to it. He will help Calvin to the race victory. If he can get it, he's still losing time to Womack, sorry.
this is Red Bull
Going through the pool
team
section.
play. I've just realised it's also a Red Bull powered car in the middle. Doris is out. The man who started P2 is out of the session. He's had a crash.
Indeed. We can see the gap just gaining. Just
But
still
this is
going
it.
up.
Is this where Fox is going to come out? Okay, Calvin's close enough now. I can pit. He's had a big twitch out of Raskas. He
does
has
not.
absolutely no grip. I would die. He's had another
He
twitch
stays
out the final
out.
corner.
Let's see
Here comes
what
Womack. Here
Calvin
comes
can
Womack.
do.
Womack is coming. Is he going to be close enough? He's not. Fox is really
He's
late
gonna
on the brakes.
defend
He
still.
makes the corner though.
Calvin
But Womack has got an insane run out of turn 1.
really does. Doris is now out of the session in P18. That means Crash Charisma goes up 1 place automatically, even though it's into the pits.
Yeah, so he's going to at least not finish last. That's a positive thing to always see at Monaco. You survive to the end. But
Indeed. We see Calvin very
This is
close
gonna
to
be
going
so
on into the inside.
it's all on this last lap. The issue is, for Calvin is, he's not going to get DRS. Well, he's not going to get the benefit of DRS because Womack is going to get it off Fox before Fox comes into the pits.
Indeed.
So-
That is a very big problem.
So in some way, it would have probably been a better team game here for Calvin if Fox pitted last lap. Because it would have given
Indeed.
Calvin 2 laps to attack him. But,
Indeed. We can see the gap.
but can I just say as well,
4/10.
you've now got Call Me the Brave, Gene Genie, Mark, Kaiser Soze all coming to join the party as well. But surely
everyone.
Fox has to pit this lap.
Fox has to pit, no doubt about. He's
yeah,
pitting.
He's coming in.
Let's see. P1 and 2, Womack and Calvin, our predictions. Let's see which prediction is better. Let's see who can get the race victory.
This is not just a rivalry on track, this is a rivalry in the comms box as well. So
I do think Womax's tires and ERS is superior to Calvin's. We'll see in the middle sector though.
Womax is now on 6%.
Oh, this is going to be even more interesting. We can see that into this hairpin section, the gap always closes. Let's see if it does this time as well. He is very close to him now. 9/10 goes up, down, even more down. Goes up to 9/10 again.
I'm just going to say Fox is actually going to score points as it stands as well. Fox has managed to do all that and score points. Simba is out of the session.
Simba is out of the session.
Yeah.
Trying to go on the outside of Monster, I was thinking.
I don't think Calvin's going to be able to find anything in this last section. It's going to be very, very hard.
But P2 is a very, very good. I was so scared of that Ferrari on track.
Yeah. Oh, but look at how close Calvin is. Is he going to make a move into the Rascas?
Let's see.
Surely
in the last corner. He goes very, very wide. Let's see what he can do into turn 1.
He's not going to be able to get there, no, unless he's going to get the much better. Oh, he's had a big twitch. I think that's just cost Calvin.
He had a twitch. That's P2 for Calvin.
But Womax is the winner of the Monaco Grand Prix, the first winner of the week. Calvin does come in second. Call me the brave in third.
Race.
GGD third. Kaiser Soze comes home fifth. What a drive from him, the tier 3 driver. Lorpe in sixth. Mark seventh with his penalties. Fox River to still come home and score points. That's an insane result from him. Carl and Martin side by side across the line, those two, wow. 9th and 10th, Dumbest Hornet 11th. Great drive from Carl and Martin, by the way. 9th and 10th, they both started towards the back, so fair play to both of them.
Indeed.
Then Dumbest Hornet 11th, Gatian in 12th, Monster in 13th, Stube in 14th, Hoseman 15th, Baby Hornet 16th, and Scratch Charisma in 17th, Simba, Doris, and Melbourne all DNF. But I have a question for you, Bandstorm. Who is your driver of the day?
It has to be either bit or single track. The amount of positions they gained. I do think, though, it reduces it a bit because we saw so many damages in the beginning laps of this race. I will have to say... Oh, it's very, very close. I want to say
they both deserve it
because of the defense.
I was going to say, I'd put Fox River 8 in that sort of bracket as well.
100%.
To go, he's just done an Alex Albon to the last lap of the race and still scored points and helped his teammate. Okay, his teammate didn't. To be honest, I would have given it to Fox if his teammate had won the race. Just because that would have been the ultimate team play, and it's so great to see team play. I'm going to give it to Carl for the reason that he finished one place ahead of Martin and they gained similar positions. So that's the only reason I'll give it to Carl over the two. They both deserve it, but yeah.
Interesting. I'll give it to Fox River 8 and the Red Bull pairing, of course. Of course, I have to give it to Calvin as well. He drove fantastically today. But Fox River 8 is my driver of the day.
Yeah, and shout out to Womax as well. What a drive to him from him to win at Monaco. Like, it's one of the most difficult things in the world. So the two drivers of the day were Carl and Mr. Fox River 8.
Fox River 8.
But yeah, there's your grid. That is the first race of the week at Monaco, and it would be absolutely lovely to see them all like that this week, because that was... I mean, we saw overtakes. We saw, I think, 3 clean overtakes that we caught.
Yes, my prediction.
Like, that is... I mean, you had to get at least one prediction right. I got 2, so... But that is the grid today for the... that is your finishing grid. So that is Monaco done, the first night race of the week. There's going to be 4 more, don't forget. So tier 1 will start in about 20 minutes time. Then you've got obviously tier 3 on Wednesday at 7, tier 4 at 8:45 on Wednesday, and then MRCX, which is going to be a short quali and a 50% race at 7:30 on Friday. And you don't want to miss any of it. You know where to come. Subscribe to the MRC YouTube channel, like, subscribe, tell Bandstorp you love him, and I'm sure we will see you all again very, very soon. But thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me as well, Toby. That was good fun.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for having me.
No problem, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.